On the screen is a type of question that you might see on your C-Scope exam, or you might see in algebra, and I want to show you how to do it in the calculator. It's very easy if you know the calculator buttons. So the question is, what is the range of y equals 2x plus 1 if the domain is, and it lists the domain values, -2, 0, 3, and 5. So let's start with some basic vocabulary. What is the range? Well, you need to know that range just means y. So the range is just the y-axis. And then if the domain is, and you need to know that domain means x. Okay, so what are the y values of this equation if the x values are, and then they list out all the x values. Just make sure you write that question on your notes, and then I want you to write out the calculator buttons, because I'm going to check off to make sure you write them down on how to do this. This is very simple in the calculator. So do you see how this right here says y equals? Well, there's a button right here that says y equals, and I want you to press it. And it'll list y1, y2, y3. Those just mean different lines. We're only going to be dealing with y1. Okay? And all I want you to type is this 2x plus 1. So the 2's right here. There are two x's on here. There's one in green, which is right here, and there's one up here. Never deal with the green one. The green one is not what you want. You want this x right here. And if you need to make a sort of note in your notes about which x, please do so. But that's the x right there. And then it says plus 1. So we put plus 1. Alright? That's all you have to do. Now, if they give us x values and they want us to find the y values, the best place to do that is at the table. And if you look on your calculator, it says table up here in blue. So you're going to hit the second blue button and then hit graph. And it's going to give you a table. So how are you going to actually answer this question, or one way I would have you do it, is I'd actually make an XY chart on your notes. So there's X. And I know it's going to look bad because I'm on paint, and then here's Y. And then remember how domain is X? So let's list these out. So I have -2. I have 0. I have 3. And I have 5. So I'm sure your handwriting is much better than this. That does not look like a 5 at all. Okay. -2, 0, 3, and 5. And that's supposed to be look more like a 2. Alright. So let's go to your table. You can see that on X we can't see -2 right now. But if you go up, you can see it. Okay? And all you're going to do is fill in the values. I'll even change the color to show you. So when X is -2, we go to the table. When X is -2, Y is -3. So all you would write down is -3. When X is 0, so we'll see when X is 0, Y is 1. So we write a 1. When X is 3, we'll scroll down to 3. Y is 7. Put a 7 on there. And when X is 5, Y is 11. And that's all you have to do for the question. That's it. Those are the y values, or that's the range, when the domain or the x values are those. So we didn't actually do any math at all. If you know how to use the calculator, it does all of it for you, and you just write down the answers. So right now there's actually a worksheet, not a Khan Academy module, but a worksheet that I want you to do for it. So if you have any questions, raise your hand, and I will answer them. I'm going to come around, check off your notes, and give you the worksheet.